doing today?
Wow, we are today. Today we are getting you our top 10.
Sorry, that's 20 though.
Just 10.
Top 10.
Our top 10 favourite rides in Florida that are excluding the Disney parks.
Yeah.
The 10 combined, so this can be across Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, Orlando, and Universal and Universal Island of Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So these are excluding any like water parks, things like that. They're all out. The only thing we're doing is kind of our favourite rides out of
Disney.
Out of Disney.
Yeah.
But still in Florida. So, 10. Number 10.
Number 10.
Is...
E.T.
E.T.
I love E.T.
Rich loves E.T.
Just sitting on the bike.
There was years that we went and we didn't even go on it.
Didn't even know it was there.
No, it's hidden behind like...
Because it's down by where all the kids ride. What's the kid area?
Yeah, like the Woody Woodpecker? No.
Yeah, but I can't remember what the name is.
Fun Spot? No, that's the park on I Drive.
It's down where the kids bit is, so we never went down there, and it's like just before it, but we kind of walked past and didn't look down there really.
And it was only when our friends that go kind of to California quite a lot were like, oh, have you done E.T.? And we were like, no.
But I knew there used to be an E.T. ride, I just assumed it wasn't there anymore.
But, like you said, you get on the bike and it's do, 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 and it smells. So my thing with the rides, as you would have seen from my first video, is like smell. It's nostalgic for me, like the fake smoke smell, like the fog screen. When
you're in the queue just before you get on it, and it's like all the fake trees, just like you're in the woods.
Yeah, it's really good, and I'm really glad Universal have kept E.T. throughout all the changes that they do make. I'm really glad E.T. stayed. Number 9.
What's number 9? Harry
Potter and the Forbidden Journey.
Yes.
Now, Rich and I, our biggest pet peeve with Universal is scream rides.
Yeah.
Too many of them. Like
I get it, because they don't have
loads of space.
A lot of space, like Disney have as much space as they want really, but Universal are a little more confined, so a lot of the rides they do is simulator based and screen based, because it's easier to do different scenes in a small amount of space. But for me, it just means that too many of them in a day give me a bit of a headache. They make me feel a bit sick. I can't do loads of them in a row. So when we go now, we avoid some of them altogether. So there are some of them that we don't even go on. But if you have kids, they'll probably want to go on them, because it's things like the Minions. People love it. We don't even do it. It's not even worth the queue time for us. But Forbidden Journey makes the list because it has that arm. It's really unique. And they do have, though they have screens, and there are times that you're staring straight at a screen kind of being like swooped around, there are also times like when you go to this spider bit, there are spiders. Spider bit? You mean in the Forbidden Forest?
Yeah. And I remember the first time I had my eyes closed, I was a bit scared, and I opened them at that point and I was like, oh, why am I looking at spiders? I was petrified.
Yeah, like Dementors are actually like...
actual Dementors that fly out at you.
There's a bit with the dragon.
And just bits, like even if it's just corridors in the school when you're flying around, that's real. And it gives you a good mix. I can't go on it 10 times in a row, I can only do it once. When we were there in 2015, it broke down, and thank goodness we weren't upside down. We were just kind of like propped backwards. There were some people that were upside down.
Wasn't it?
Could have been 17.
That was 17 when we stayed there, I think.
I don't know. Anyway, one year we got stuck there anyway, and they kept trying to reset it, and you could feel it like kind of bobbing.
We weren't, like
upside down.
Like
people were.
We were the right way up, just high up.
And we don't have a problem with that. We were just kind of sat there chilling around. And I actually, because I was right on the edge, I was actually able to have like a good turn around, and I was able to see kind of the cars on the, so it was really cool. But we got off and they were like, do you want to go again? We were like, no.
No thanks.
No thanks. We've been stuck like for probably 15 or so minutes. And there would have been people upside down for that. So
does it actually go upside down?
I think you go basically upside down.
I don't think you go upside down, but there would have been people that were at least like
that were at least
a funny
like
angle. We were
sideways.
Like, pretty much perfectly sat flat.
Hey, Boo Boo! Come back from your adventures. Number 8.
Doctor Doom's Fearfall.
Yeah. There were so many years that we were too scared to do this. We're such wimps sometimes. And we just didn't do it. And then again in our stay in 2017, if that's what we're saying, Hurricane Irma.
Yeah, it was.
We'd gone on it, and our friends who also do parks said like they went and they told me you get in a lift like before you get up, So when we were queuing, they said, oh, is there a party of two? And I was trying to psych myself up because I was scared. And I was like, oh, us? And we literally got there and it was like the ride vehicle. And I was like, great, I don't have any time.
You were so scared.
But I loved it. Like, you did this little ping before you go. And yeah, it was great.
Just
I don't have any fear
shoots
for
you
it.
up.
Yeah, and it's not like the Tower of Terror or Falcon Fury where you drop. It's literally you start at the base and then it pings you. And it's really fun. You get a great look out of Universal. And it's nowhere near as scary as I thought it was. Number 7.
What's number 7?
Ripsaw Falls.
Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls.
Our first water ride of the list. You love water rides.
Mm.
They're your favourites, aren't they? And well, we also have like Slash Popeyes.
Yeah.
So like the two are like in a category together in our opinion. They're both amazing. In both we've seen people come off drenched from head to toe. And in both you see people get off and you're like, okay, they're not too bad. But
I don't know,
they're
I think
just
Dudley
fun.
Do Right's pretty much everybody gets.
Yeah.
When you go down the like.
If
go
you're
down
at the
hill
front,
and when
it
it does the
smashes you in
dip,
the face.
when you go down the dip, you're literally just
Oh,
soaked on.
it's so fun though. And in Popeyes, I love when you get to the top of the boat wash. So you go up this hill, and if you're at a certain seat, you just look and you're thinking, oh my goodness, how are we not tipping over when we go down that? They're both so much fun. The whole boat can have a laugh together. It's kind of who's going to get wet. I remember one we went on, there were another British couple that we weren't with. And
Yeah, on Popeye.
she got wet initially, and I was like, and I laughed because like I was so happy it wasn't me. And then the whole rest of the ride we were just like baiting each other to get wet, and they were lovely, and I just think it's so much fun. And in the hot Florida sun, you're dry in no time. Or our top tip is take change of clothes with you.
Yeah.
So we normally get on them quite early and then just get changed and then go into something else. Number 6 for us, we move away from Universal.
Yeah. Kraken at SeaWorld.
Kraken. It's one of the first big coasters I went on in Florida.
Oh yeah, it was the first, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we did SeaWorld before Universal, and I remember being so scared. It's so much bigger than an English theme park, like coaster, so it's like Colossus, and I was on the hill like, it's Colossus, and we got to the top and I was like, this isn't Colossus, it's so much worse. And
it's flawless.
it's flawless, but
As
I
in it doesn't
love
have
it.
a flaw. Not as
Yeah.
in it doesn't. Not as in it's perfect.
No, because it is bumpy,
Yeah,
but
it's quite old, isn't it?
it is an old coaster.
And it's fast.
Yeah, and the G's you get in some of the like hills and rolls.
It's the water in your eyes. It makes your eyes water, and then it's
Yeah.
like being pushed alongside your face. It's like you're crying.
And for me, it's that coaster because it doesn't have a floor. When I'm on it, I can put my legs out and I just feel like I'm flying. I know I'm not, but I truly feel, especially when you sit in the front row, there's just nothing in front of you. You're just being hit by wind. Like you're just being pushed into. So I really love it. And it does have VR now. We haven't
Does it?
done it VR. And we've seen a few videos of other vloggers.
Does it have it at the moment? Because when we went, it didn't have it.
No, but it hadn't been done when we went.
No, it had.
But it had a problem, so they took
They'd
them off.
taken it off. They put the VR
Oh,
on.
yeah, because I remember being really
Then
happy. I
The
was
VR
scared.
was only on the front 2 rows or the back, something like that, and then it wasn't on there at all. I don't even know if it's on there now or not.
For me, I kind of like, in a coaster, there's nothing more exciting for me than kind of looking where I'm going to go. And the idea of VR, meaning that obviously I can't see the track, kind of scares me. Even though I could probably describe Kraken with my eyes closed, I
don't think roller coasters need VR, do they?
feel like
The
they're
fun of it is the roller coaster. You don't need to see something
something.
else.
And I don't know if that would make me feel a bit sick, going back to like the Universal Simulator problem. So, Kraken, as it is, for me, is perfect. Bit bumpy, but definitely good. Number 5, Transformers.
Transformers.
Robots in disguise.
Another screen-based.
Yeah,
Universal.
but my fun is screen-based. And I picked this because, now Rich can't have this story because he didn't come on it with me. Again, I think it was 2017 when you were ill. So you were just being a grumpus on the curb. And I went on Transformers on my own, so I single-rided it. And I got to the front and a car had just gone and there was nobody waiting. So they put me on my own in this car. So I got to do Transformers completely alone. There was nobody else in my entire vehicle. And then when I got to the end, they all clapped and applauded me and it was amazing. And I had the best ride of my life, and it was just me. We've never had a car of just the two of us on Transformers since. And I had the most amazing time. So, and in general, it's just got a good story.
Yeah, I think Transformers is one of the best film ride integrations. Like,
yeah.
The theming of the whole queue and the storyline and the ride itself is...
And the little car you go in, I like
immersive.
all of it. Yeah, it's immersive. And if Universal were to say, fine, let's take away 5 screen rides, I would never pick for them to lose Transformers. So there are like many, many others.
Like individually, there's nothing wrong with the screen rides. Oh, maybe Minions. I don't know.
Minions are so basic for me. Like, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it.
The problem with Minions is all 3 of them.
You can see all the other cars. Yeah, I find
So
it a
it's
little
not-
bit.
The immersiveness is gone.
Yeah, I don't have any immersiveness. It
Um,
isn't worth lining up.
But other than that one, I think
I think they all
all
have
the
their
screen
merits.
ones are alright. I just can't do that many in one day.
One
It just
day.
makes you feel ill.
Number 4. One of my favourite rides actually on the whole list this one is, but it is number 4 because of the diversity of our list. Cheetah Hunt.
Cheetah Hunt,
At Busch Gardens.
Tampa Bay.
Cheetah Hunt, when it launches you and that zigzag bit you do, it's amazing.
So smooth as well, isn't
So
it? I know obviously it's
smooth.
quite a new one, but
And it's beautifully themed with the animals around it because Busch Gardens is a mix of both animals and rides. They're, again, fantastic company in terms of animal preservation, conservation, thank you, not preservation, conservation. They do amazing work, and I really, really think that Cheetah Hunt is probably one of the best coasters in Orlando for me.
yeah, I really enjoy it.
It's my number 2 coaster
It's
in
also
total.
it's not overly thrilling. So like people that didn't like roller coasters, it doesn't go upside down.
No.
It has a few launches,
But even
it
then,
doesn't
they
really
go
have
into
massive
track.
drops. It's just really smooth and fun and
Yeah.
windy
And even the
fast.
main hill is like a turn, like you turn out of it, don't you? And then you kind of dip. It's real fun. I love it. Number 3.
Jurassic Park.
Da, 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 da. It's a great ride. It's
Another boat ride.
another boat ride, but you don't get soaked. There are seats you will get wet. But there are seats that you'll come off bone dry.
Yeah,
And
it's like a traditional log flume kind of wet, isn't it?
Yeah,
there's
like
a big
a bit
hill
of a
which has a
splash.
splash.
it is
If
mostly
you're
your
at the
face.
front, your face will get wet.
Yeah.
If you're at the back, you're not going to get that wet. It looks wetter than it is because it shoots all the
shoots
water out
water.
sideways. But actually, in it, you don't get drenched. But
And the theming
it's got
is great.
dinosaurs.
It's got dinosaurs, and it starts off
sold.
like nice, and like the gates open, and you, and then something goes wrong, and you're in a scary situation. And I just think it has a good story overall. It's a nice length, so it's not too short and it's not too long.
And it's not full of screens.
Well, in Disney World it isn't full of screens. Not Disney World. Florida.
In Florida, it's not full of screens. But then even the California one only has one bit.
And actually I want to
They've
do that
added
one.
on. Yeah, the rest
So-
of it's still the same, I think.
But Jurassic Park is definitely one of the best rides out of Disney World for me in Florida.
Like, theming wise, it's incredible. All the animatronic dinosaurs.
And how they keep them so preserved, kind of like the Jungle Cruise in Disney with all the water. It will take a lot of preservation to keep them looking great, performing great when they are surrounded by that much water. So, really good. Number 2 is The Mummy.
The Mummy in Universal,
Universal
Studios.
Studios. I just love it. I think it's fun. It's not
Roller
overly
coaster,
thrilling.
It's in the dark.
You go
It
backwards a
has
little bit.
animatronic mummies. It has real fire.
Real fun, and that bit's hot.
Yeah.
And I think it's just fun. Again, from the second that goes, you're not like, I'm so scared. It was the first time I went on it, but that is just me. I get very scared the first time I go on things. Anything. It can literally
Also, it's got Brendan Fraser in it. What more could you want?
Exactly.
And not Tom Cruise.
It's really fun. So, I really enjoy it. And I think Universal. No! I just got Disney on the brain today. Every day. I think Universal have done a great job in making what was Kong, we were saying earlier, into The Mummy. And I actually think The Mummy is better than Kong. That they then rebuilt all these years later, all the new technology. The Mummy has something really timeless about it, which I really enjoy.
It's just a fun roller coaster, isn't
It's just fun. And it's not bumpy, even though it's older than a lot of the others, like Rip Ride Rocket. So bumpy now. And the Mummy doesn't have that because it doesn't have the banks and things.
The Mummy has a few bits where it stops.
Yeah, so it kind of breaks.
Scenes and storytelling, so it's not one long continuous thing, so it's not all rickety because it's fast and you do things and then you stop.
Yeah.
And then you go backwards.
And then you go backwards, which is fun. So, number 1 is the best roller coaster in Florida.
Well, that's a big statement. You haven't been on every roller coaster in Florida.
I haven't, but...
Best roller coaster you've been on in Florida.
In Florida. And I actually have a blogger that I love, and it's his number 1, and he has been on every ride.
Mm. What is it?
Mako.
Mako
at SeaWorld Orlando. It's so high. It's so fast. The lap bar is just this like pad on your knee.
Yeah.
So you have airtime.
It just comes
when
down
you're
on
bunny,
top of
like
you.
when you're hopping,
And
my
you do.
butt wasn't in the seat.
You go so fast downhill and then straight uphill and then over the top and then you just...
And we've been on it so many times now and I'm still petrified every time. So when we start that lift hill...
It is fast.
Yeah. No matter how many times you go on it, even in a day, you could have done it in the morning and then you go back. I'm still petrified. And when it goes, I get such a happy feeling, like pure adrenaline. And when I get off, I'm in such a great mood and I'm just like, I need to go again. I don't have that with many of the coasters. I don't get off and say, let's queue for it again.
Mm.
But with Mako, I do. And I just love it. I think it's fantastic. And I love it in the place where you board. What do they call that?
Station?
Thank you. On the ceiling, it looks like things are like, it looks like you're underwater and like other like sharks or something above you. And then when it goes, yeah, you haven't even looked up. And then
I'm too busy looking down at the fact that this
just
little thing's the
bar.
only thing holding me in.
And when you go, this like clip like releases you, and then literally you hear the front of the car, because we always sit at the back because it's the fastest spot, or we sat at the front a couple of times, and in the middle when I was a wimp on the first time because I didn't want it to be too fast or at the front. For some reason I feel safer in the middle, and every time I just have such amazing memories of it. And I love it. So well done, SeaWorld. And I'm very excited for their new ride coming this year, which we'll do. Icebreaker?
Yeah.
I think it looks so much fun. Like, I'm really excited. And we haven't done...
Infinity Falls.
Thank you. He's good with the names today. We haven't done Infinity Falls yet because actually they were trialling it when we were there in 2018 and it didn't open.
It was going to soft open.
They were soft opening. The week we went, they had soft opened the day before.
They kept saying maybe later.
And there were staff there.
We kept checking back, but it didn't.
No. And they had workers doing a few little bits, so I don't think they were ever going to run it whilst they were on site. So, shame, but we still have to do that this year. So many things to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
So they are our top 10 in Florida that are not Disney rides. Do you disagree with us? Do you agree with us? Are there any other like tops that you'd like to learn that we could tell you about that we think might help you kind of decide things you really want to do? Things that you maybe don't want to do. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.